So let's just begin. Asarah bTeves is a Friday, which is a fascinating entity. We go into Shabbos fasting, something that we don't do any of this ever. And no fast day. And I'm going to say this quickly because I'm sure everyone has heard this and everyone knows this, and it's actually interesting. We just had this 2 years ago, even though in the calendar it's very rare to have Asarah bTeves on a Friday, but yet we just had it 2 years ago. With that being said, it calls to mind that Asarah bTeves is the only fast day that could come out on a Friday. More fascinating, there are opinions that write that Asarah bTeves is the only fast day that we would fast on Shabbos. Well, Yom Kippur notwithstanding. Now we all know that even Tisha B'av, the day of the Churban Beis Hamikdash, the day of utter destruction, we don't fast when it's on Shabbos. When it falls on Shabbos, it's pushed to Sunday. And yet, Asarah bTeves, I don't want to belittle, but what we would view little Asarah, on Asarah bTeves, not just the chips were set in motion, not just we think now, okay, it's the beginning. Tisha B'av is a far way off. We have plenty of time. We all know the Maimer Chazal that our rabbis teach us that any generation that the Beis Hamikdash is not rebuilt, it's as if it's destroyed. But we tell ourselves that's Tisha B'av. We have many, many months. Says the Chassam Sofer, no. The decree is sealed tomorrow. On Asarah bTeves, HaKadosh Baruch Hu sits and signs, will there be a Churban Beis Hamikdash? And because of that, says the Chassam Sofer, that if Asarah bTeves were to fall out, it falls on Friday, we fast. But you're not allowed to go into Shabbos fasting. Kavod Shabbos dictates you go into Shabbos in a good mood. How can you fast? According to some opinions, Davud Ram, if it fell on Shabbos, we would fast. Why? What is so severe? Explains the Chassam Sofer, because it is tomorrow. We hope it won't be. But it is tomorrow, many, many millennia ago, that Hashem sealed the fate, that Hashem decided the Beis Hamikdash will be destroyed. And it's something that we have to think about, firstly, because in as much as tomorrow is a very short day, the fast is over by 5:25. It's a hectic day. It's an Erev Shabbos. It's an extra hectic day. As we'll talk in a few moments, we're going to start Shabbos a drop early mincha. We're going to make sure to finish early so that we eat and we don't fast more into Shabbos. But let's take a moment and realize that if we decide today and tomorrow that we will change, why was the Beis Hamikdash destroyed? Whether it was the lack of shalom between different yidden, we need more achdos. Whether it was the lack of they didn't have a proper chashivos ha-Torah, they didn't make the brachos of Torah. We recommit ourselves to learning Torah like we're doing here today. If we decide today and tomorrow, if now we make that decision, let's not say, no, Tisha B'av is many months off. It's cold, it's freezing. Tisha B'av is when it's hot. That's when we think of Beis Hamikdash. No, we think of Beis Hamikdash today. And we realize, and with this will end, why do we need the Beis Hamikdash? Why? So we could think of Eretz Yisrael and the hostages, and that's true. And we could think of wars and calamities and political unrest and economics and money, and that's true. But you know why we need the Beis Hamikdash? Because when Hashem has his house, everything is different. When God has a place that he calls home, the whole world will live in a perfect world, as we know. All the sickness, all the challenges, it will all disappear because Hashem will be back home. So hopefully over the next 24 hours, we'll be able to prepare for Asarah bTeves a little more properly. And as we'll learn the halachais, and as we'll have to prepare for Shabbos, but we'll do it with a mindset. Let's make sure that signature does not go on the decree this year. Let's make sure that we'll have many months to Tisha B'av, but hopefully it won't be setting into motion the dominoes that will conclude with the horrible day of Tisha B'av sitting on the floor and fasting, but rather it will set into motion achdos. more Torah, set into motion, closer to Hashem, wanting to bring Hashem into our lives, so that yes, there will be a Tisha B'Av. But no, Mirz Hashem, we won't be sitting on the floor, but rather there will be the Beis Hamikdash Hashlishi coming down in a ball of fire. And Mirz Hashem, Hashem finally having his own home. But tomorrow will be the day. Let us prepare properly.